is senior night this evening in Austin as the 5th ranked circle is Mac Morgan, who is currently riding on an extremely hot and humid tonight. Evening tonight, Cat is Wilson batting 3. Wilson sends that one off foul. We mentioned senior Corona getting the start at 3rd as well. However, Morgan starts off the night by hitting
outside pitches that Mac Morgan was throwing her.
Since late last season, and they just haven't been the same since. Martinez off the bounce, and the deflection, not the team leader in batting average, home runs, RB. Fouls that one off. We're mentioned 14-1 in their first 15 games.
An impact player for the Bears.
Gone! Baylor jumps out to an early. Glenmore. She shows that early here and on
a changeup once. You're not going to fool her again. She's so good at adjusting. She doesn't get fooled by change of speed.
To the next batter, Morgan will chat with.
Morgan uncharacteristically
Even up at 2.
But Coach White already has action in his bullpen.
That one finds its way to right field, and the first 4.
For a good part of the season after Binford was hurt, they had to just rotate between Dari Orm and freshman Riley Crandall. And
Texas A&M, but conversely, they've
what other teams do throughout the weekend.
How about this? Now the first 5 batters have reached. Morgan has thrown 23.
But she does do better in lineups that are lefty heavy. At about 60-75%, her ball was moving a whole lot more. And the coaching staff said, hey.
Like that from Mac Morgan since she came over to the 40 acres.
No strikes.
Tobin takes one to center field. That's going to drop in, and the bases will be loaded. Bauer. That one off the glove of Martinez. 1 run. Baylor starts off the night going 5.
Baylor's able to sit on what their tendencies are, and they've cashed in on those.
Belcheck had one of her best outings of the season in the finale against. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1.
They're seeing a lot of hard stuff from Mac Morgan. Check.
The top half of the first, and she does with a strikeout, but the Bears.
Is coming Wednesday night alone, had a grand slam. Played a different freshman every game. They win their battle, execute, and be successful so often.
Chops one over to second. Ended the last. So not getting the start in this one. Texas with their first hit of the night, courtesy of Vivi Martinez. And one here in the first.
Get her on.
Leanne Good takes the first pitch to center, but right at Wilson. A couple of homers in her last. One to left field, right into foul territory. Watson is there. Texas gets. Check starts off with a strike here.
Hitter she faced, she got 4 of 5 in the first 5 hitters of first pitch strikes.
Good, able to backhand it, but not making the play in time.
Every at bat was a ball, and so right now, if you're Texas, you have experience in so many situations.
That one just past the outstretched glove of Martin.
Side, Govan goes up the middle and opposite field.
Hitting 5-13. Once again, the bases will be loaded for Baylor.
Offensive side of the ball against the Baylor Bears.
Hitter all season, Sydney Collazos. And walks in a run. 6-0 Baylor.
It's a ton of pitches. But he wants to see them be more competitive right now. So maybe Watson.
Center, Scott tracking it, makes the grab on the run. Runner tags, Hot comes home to score.
Runner tag and get herself in scoring position.
9 to start off the game. This one lifted to Leanne Good, hitting her with some pregame flowers.
Yeah, pretty common.
But trailing big here in the second. That'll be another base hit, an RBI base knock at that. In 2/3 here in Austin and Texas, already on their Zadie LaValle up at the plate with a runner on. Leanne Good is there, and the inning comes to an end.
Get a complete game out of Crandall.
Crandall
Going to have to make adjustments to Crandall early.
Simmons grounds out. His performers for the Longhorns this season, hitting .382. 2-2. Bounced over to short, and by the time Tobin picked it up, unable to make it. Was a huge. Slices one to right field. 2 aboard for the Longhorns as Maloney heads to third.
As a head coach, sometimes you look, and essentially the culmination of a dream come true.
This one to shallow left field, and Tobin is there. Said, you know what, I think I'm going to stick with this softball thing over dance. Chops one over the head of the third baseman. Tobin dives for it, but
consistent throughout the year.
Swinging at the first pitch, but Pylon is right there. So
well, that was Wednesday before the Texas series, and this past one's against the Sooners is a bright sign for the Cowgirls.
Off the glove of Simmons.
Strike zone better, although Sophia Simpson has done that since she came. I think when you look at a five-run deficit up slapper, she hits away. She can use short game, although she doesn't quite too often. But she has a good eye as she.
In the order for Baylor.
Series incredibly important for Baylor.
A close call at third.
But if Baylor can make a run in
the first Baylor player with double-digit home run.
Chess sells that pitch.
And a strikeout of Govan.
Those two, you can't let a rally start with 2 outs. So while he has the potential to come in and be a
payoff pitch. And the bases will be loaded for the 3rd straight inning, but do it in dominating fashion should that matter.
Well, what you've done recently does matter. A lot of times people will say they look at your last 10 games, but at the same time.
Comes Leanne Good, 0 for 1.
With Vivi Martinez earning her way on.
Good sending one to the gap in right center, but on the run, it's the speedy Wilson with the grab, the throw back to first, and Martinez.
Gap.
So 1 away for Reese Atwood, who's 0 for 1. Atwood pops it up, and the grab made by Pylon is Tobin.
Gonna chip away. They have to win at bats like that.
Texas just 2 for 8 tonight with runners. Hit hard off the bat, but right at Wilson, who makes her way over a couple of strikeouts. Martinez is there.
Felt that they were prepared for Mac Morgan and Estelle Check. So on the flip side, with Texas
this year, had come by just 1 run. Swing and a miss, but there's Sophia Simpson with her 3rd strikeout of the night. And a 2-out walk issued by Simpson. Her 3rd walk. Now, Simpson eventually replaced Check in the 9 spot. Good makes the grab, and the inning comes to an end.
Really effective. 51 pitches, and you see there, the sign of a great pitcher is not always strikeouts, it's just how.
4 singles for the Longhorns, 1 of them by Ash. 1 on the way with the corners playing in. Maloney does lay down the bunt off the glove of a diving Collazos, and the leadoff hitter is aboard for Texas. On senior night, singled in the 2nd inning.
By Baylor.
And Crandall with her 1st strikeout of the night.
Courtney Day was a strike. First pitch here to Camille Corona is a good strike. Up in different spots.
Corona takes this one to center field. Wilson backing up and makes the grab. 2 away. Stranding runners. Here's Alyssa Popelka, who drove in the only run of the game in the 2nd inning.
Afraid to throw a strike to her.
65. Called strike 3, so Crandall gets her first 2 strikeouts of the night. Mackenzie Wilson has reached in all 3 of her at-bats tonight. Hit by a pitch season due to injury. Ended up transferring to Baylor. She's had a strong career, but yet another Baylor hitter tonight yet to have success. Sophia Simpson now just 1 strikeout shy of tying for the.
This goes to show what the potential that she has is and how effective she can be.
This one taken to right field. That's going to get past Maloney and roll all the way to the wall. And Emily Hott with her 3rd hit of the night. Category went yard in the 1st inning with a 3-run homer and walked in the 2nd. And strikes out Govan for the 2nd time. But this Collazos had only walked 6 times all year heading into tonight.
Try something in the zone against Sophia Simpson.
And now Simpson having trouble finding the strike. On Wednesday night, the entire Texas coaching staff was in full uniform. Mike White.
Rio losing command of her pitches a little bit.
Bases loaded yet again. 8 straight balls now thrown by Simpson. Is loaded for Amber Tovin, the team leader in doubles and 2nd on the squad. Got her. An inning-ending strikeout with the bases loaded. Riley Crandall is in search of just her 3rd complete game of the.
Crandall, but the adjustments are going to have to be pretty great for Texas to extend how comfortable she was in the 2-hole after being there all of her freshman campaign.
Bounces one to short, and Tovin now has Texas. Scott, Good, Atwood, and Simmons. Even when they're trailing by 8. And a walk issued to Martinez. She has now reached for the 3rd time tonight.
Reach base, she hasn't been able to advance. Texas has been unable to advance runners.
1 run. Good takes one to right field. Hott is there. And Texas down to their final out of the night. Game going again. Texas trying to avoid being run ruled.
Back Crandall.
Martinez will head on down to 2nd. And now in scoring. 2-1 to Atwood. Takes one to left center. On the run is Wilson and hauls it in to end the game as Baylor run rules Texas.
Early and never looked back. Glenn Moore using his freshman Riley Crandall to. Baylor put all 3 aspects of the game together. Played incredibly well.
And I'm Alex Loeb. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.